Hello and welcome to Pursuit of Perfect System. This video is the conclusion to the Audioquest Niagara 7000 power conditioner and Audioquest Thunder power cable review. Now, if you haven't seen the review so far video, please go and watch that now using the link obviously up in this corner. If you're interested in just a very quick synopsis, both these Audioquest products are incredible. However, if you'd like some more information, stick around. I just want to start by thanking Nintronics, the excellent HiFi and AV dealer that has loaned us the Niagara 7000 for this review, and I also want to thank Audioquest who have sent us all the rest. Let's do things properly. Let's start by looking at the design of the Niagara 7000. The internals of the Niagara 7000 are very technical, very complex, far too complex for me to discuss in this video. Really, it's one man, Garth Powell's, pure passion, and really a man stretching the boundaries and pushing the boundaries to try and take a product like this further than one has gone before. They've also used all the years of experience, technologies and thought process that Audioquest have used within their product line, and they've added that to it as well to take it even further. The internals I am very happy with. The unit itself is a bit of a beast. It houses multiple transformers. It's very solid, it's very, very heavy. It actually reminds me of a Bryston amplifier. If anyone's ever picked one of those up, you'll recognize that pain you get in your lower back when you pick them up, and just how solid they feel. This is exactly the same. On the rear, the plug sockets have a really strong grip. So strong sometimes it's actually quite difficult getting a plug into them. It's very reassuring that once you've plugged something into it, it's not going to get pulled out of it by mistake. I actually really like the plug layout. Our 2 rows on our constant current side, and the 3 or the 4 on the, depending on which country you're in, on the high current side. Now, when you are, especially in this setup and the way this product's designed, if you're leaning over the back of it trying to plug things in, you can easily with your hands kind of feel along and know where you are and think, right, there, 3 in, that's my high current, and then the rest are constant current, and just literally by feel you're able to identify what you're plugging in and where, and that does make a really big difference. However, I'm not totally sold on the visual aspect obviously of the Niagara 7000. Now, I must applaud Audioquest for actually trying to make the product actually visually appealing. Most power conditioners are just pretty ugly, industrious looking things, and Audioquest have tried to make it, I think glamorous is probably the right word for it, very sleek and kind of gloss front panel for it, so that it's attractive to go into a hi-fi rack and be on display. But there's a few things that I've got gripes with. For me, that high shine and gloss finish is just really easy to mark. Now, I don't mean major marks, I just mean fingerprints. But the worst thing for me is that big bright blue LED that they've used on the front, which obviously indicates that the unit's got power. Now, this is a really, they've tried to make it sleek, they've tried to make it attractive, and yet they've just used a real bog standard bright blue basic LED on the front, and I just can't work that one out. For me personally, in this pitch black cinema room, I like to cover it over. It was too bright. I had to put something across the front of it because it was really distracting. It was really annoying and really distracting, obviously sitting in a dark room. But I think even if it's not in a dark room, there's just nothing special about that big bright blue LED. And on a unit I think they've tried to make special and stand out. How much better would it have been instead of that blue LED, the Audioquest logo glowed up white, or instead of just a blue LED, we maybe had some strips or something that illuminated blue when the unit was powered off. Something really nice and tasteful. However, all is forgiven when you use the product, so I won't be harping on about that stupid bloody LED. Quickly looking at the build quality for the Thunder power cable. Build quality is excellent, as good as you would expect from a premium product from Audioquest. It's really impressive that Audioquest have manufactured all their own terminations, their plug and their IEC connectors. I know they have their own copper and silver manufactured specifically for them, all to their own tolerances and design. That all comes from a single supplier, which is really great. But again, it's just really nice to see a company stand out, manufacture all their own parts. Very nice thing to see, and the actual quality of the connections, especially the 20 amp IEC connection in the back of the Niagara. That was really solid and tight in the back there, and that's exactly what you want. The last thing you want is that wiggling or coming out for the wrong reason. I've actually seen a cross section of the design of the 3 cables that's used in that kind of latticed construction for the Thunder power cable. Now I wish I could show you the diagram and talk you through what's being used, because it was really very interesting. There's some of the Audioquest technologies, such as their 72 volt, biased dielectric, that's all patented, and you may look at that and think, just use the battery on a cable, it doesn't make any sense. But when you actually look at what's actually inside the cable and what they've actually done, that was a real surprise to me. I never expected it to actually be like that. So when you actually kind of see the inside and you see what it's made of, it's really impressive and really very interesting. And they're using Audioquest's existing technologies, but in a different way, in a way they've never done before. And that is supposedly the reason for the big increase in performance from the new Storm range of power cables. So speaking of performance, we've tested off of the Niargra 7000 and the Thunder power cable, a top of the range AVR, top of the range AV receiver, the Arcam AVR 850. We've also tested out one of the best integrated amplifier and DAC combinations that you can buy, the Mark Levinson number 585. And now we've tested a pre and power combination, the YBA Passion range, which we've just tested recently. I'm not going to speak about the sound quality specifically for those units. Really, you want to go check out the different reviews that we've created for those particular products. So instead, I'll just speak about really the general experiences of using the system with those products in it. So just speaking of comparisons, I'm actually comparing the performance to a very high quality and comprehensive mains conditioning setup that I normally use. That consists of 2 main units and several other very high quality units to create an overall mains conditioning solution. What's been interesting is that the Niargra 7000's been able to show me just what those products are doing well, but also it's been able to show me what it does better. One thing I will say about the Niargra 7000 is it reminds me of Ronseal. It does exactly what it says on the tin. And if you go and watch any of the videos that have been made where Garth Powell, the designer, is talking about the Niargra 7000, or if you just go and read the blurb from the Audioquest website, exactly what it says there is exactly what it does. You get a really low noise floor for all the products that you plug into the constant side of the Niargra 7000. And if you plug any amplification into the high current side of the Niargra 7000, it 100% performs at its best, or as damnedest near close as you can get. Now that results in a sound that is actually pretty perfect and actually pretty flawless, which is quite a difficult one to explain, but bear with me. A power conditioner can't fix major problems. It can't fix, frequency response problems. It can't fix poor setup. It can't fix, bass modes and stuff within a room. But what it can do is, if you've got all of those things in order, if you've got things set up very well, it's probably going to give you the sound that you've been lusting after. It's probably going to fill in those little gaps and those little imperfections, or those blurs, or those niggles, those parts of the musical presentation that, as an audiophile, we're trying to tweak out, or we're trying to improve, or we're trying to take to the next level. Plugging your system into the Niargra 7000 might just give you that. For me, it just resulted in song after song, the music just flowing. It's actually been very hard to fault our reference system since I've had these Audioquest products in there. And I said in the review so far video that I could have taken the Mark Levinson with the Niargra 7000 to a desert island and live with that sound for the rest of my life. And what's really interesting is now we've got the pre and power combination in the reference system, the YBA, that is actually showing up, the flaws really in the presentation from the Mark Levinson, and the Mark Levinson does that kind of in reverse. It's kind of like a chalk and cheese presentations. Now what's really interesting and important about that is that obviously then the Niargra 7000, the Thunder power cable, is not actually imparting any sound signature of its own. In fact, I would go as far as say doing the opposite. It's allowing the character of the actual equipment to come through clearer and better, and that's probably because the components are performing at their best. So I actually think that's a really important thing, because sometimes you know, people's mindsets towards power conditioners is, oh, they have a negative effect on the sound. But I've reviewed 3 very high quality setups, and that's not been the case for any of those 3. And as I just mentioned, I actually feel like it's allowed the best of those products to come through. So if your mindset is negative towards power conditioners, there's a good chance the Niagara 7000 is going to turn that on its head and completely change your opinion on these types of products. We can't overlook the price. The Audioquest Niagara 7000 is currently for sale in the UK for £7,500 or just under. I'm not actually sure the retail price for the Audioquest Thunder power cable, because it was literally a brand new, not even released cable that was sent to me. Either way, it's going to be an investment amount of money, and overall the package of the 2 of them, it is a serious investment amount of money, but it is an investment and a long-term investment, potentially a whole life long-term investment. And with that, 2 things stand out to me here. Firstly, you need a system at the right level to warrant the Niagara 7000. I think that goes without saying. But as I said before, it may just be that one product that pushes your system up that level, which then gives you that satisfaction and that gratification, and just irons out those imperfections. This could be it. This could be the product that does that, because that is what I've experienced. That extra clarity, that improved timing, that improved space, the resolution improvement, the energy and the dynamics improvement, the enjoyable factor, the realism factor, just the overall immersion within everything that you listen to goes up several gears when you plug your system into the Niagara 7000. It really does. Now, the other thing that stands out to me is that Audioquest have 2 other products within the Niagara series. They have the 5000 and the 1000. Those are at more modest prices, and interestingly, the Niagara 1000 is probably at that lovely sweet spot, about £1,000, and I would really like to get those in for review. I've seen the 1000 in the flesh, and it is absolutely stunning. It is the nicest power conditioning strip based power conditioner or power strip I've ever seen. And actually, as a combo, you know, the Thunder and the Niagara 7000, they've raised the bar, they've raised the expectation bar and raised the performance bar from what I've experienced, not only from a power conditioner based product, but from the reference system as a whole. This sound quality overall has gone up serious notches with these products in the system, and the Audioquest Oak speaker cable and their balanced digital cable, they've all contributed to it, and that expectation bar from the reference system, performance from the reference system, it's got up to outstanding levels. And if you go and watch the sound demonstration videos, listen to how good that music sounds. It just, you know, it's mind-blowingly good sound. So would I buy these products with my own money? 100% yes, I would. I would pay, you know, I'd write a check today, you know, and hand over the money tomorrow. It's actually going to be heartbreaking to take them out of the system. It's been so good having them in there. You know, that's the worst part about being a reviewer, is taking quality products out of your system. When you get it to a level that's so enjoyable and it's so good, taking them out, it's heartbreaking. The only saving grace is there's more and lots of other great products around the corner to get in there for review. So pretty much on a closing point, take my advice, get yourself out and get a demo of the Niagara 7000 if it's within your budget, or the 5000 or the 1000. Just do it, get yourself out and get a demo, but make sure they're powered from the Thunder or one of the Audioquest Storm Ranger power cables. Make sure of that before you go. Make sure, because it's a brilliant combination, and I'm sure the Niagara range will still be brilliant without that power cable, but I've just got a funny feeling that it's the 2 of them together is what gives you the magic. So take my advice. Even if you're a skeptic, even if you think it won't make a difference, book a demo and go and listen. Just do it. And if you end up buying one, leave a comment below in the comment section, because it'll be one of those products. Home demo one, even better. But be warned, if you home demo it, there's a good chance it's never coming back out. It's going to stay there. So make sure you can afford it before you home demo. And obviously on that note, if you're in the UK, pick up the phone, speak to Nintronics. They've definitely got them in stock. They'll be getting obviously this 7000 back soon. They'll definitely have them in stock. So speak to Nintronics, they'll look after you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you've enjoyed the whole series of Niargra 7000 and Thunder Power Cable review. Just lots of different ways. It's been an absolute superb performer. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome product. Really awesome. That is the only word I think that sums it up. It's really good enough to describe it. It's absolutely awesome. And if you thought this video series, or this video in particular, was awesome, don't forget to smash that like button, give us a thumbs up, visit the website. Thanks very much for watching. There's lots of great content coming soon. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.